Becca C. Smith here, and welcome to day 4 of Camp NaNoWriMo. I'm all drawed out. I'm not going to draw today. I still have 2 more covers to go, but I need to take a drawing break. So I am going to work on 2 of my other projects. I'm going to work on Atlas Rising, going through the proof, and then I'm going to work on going through my pass of the book that I wrote with Faith, because we need to get that done. I mean, this is just our own chapters. Then we're gonna have to go through both our chapters, and then we'll have to do another one, however many times it takes before we can actually send it to the editor. So I'm excited. I am actually going to work out, and then another challenge I have today, my battle with cheesy bread. I am determined to make a good cheesy bread. I'm getting muffin tins. That seems to be a good step. And I'm getting Parmesan cheese. Kate said that's the key. She said that's the cheese. That's the cheese that makes it taste good. So instead of cheddar, I'm swapping it out for Parmesan. And I may make an extra batch and put in the Parmesan, but add a little blue cheese. Does that sound crazy? It might be, but I don't know. It just sounded really good in my head, so I'm gonna try it. Okay, well, I'm gonna exercise, and then we'll get to it. Okay, I'm all showered, ready to go, and I just have a wee bit of a gripe with KDP. That's the platform where you can indie publish, self-publish, and things like that. Now, for paperbacks, they used to be CreateSpace, and for those of you who've used CreateSpace in the past, I don't know about you, but I always had a very good experience with CreateSpace. Now, CreateSpace was folded into KDP, which is nice in a way, because you would have to, for sales and things like that, you'd have to go to CreateSpace to look for your paperback sales, and you'd have to go to KDP to look at your ebook sales. Now they're all in one. It makes it very easy, all in one. But their logic, I can't, I'll just tell you what happened and let you guys judge for yourself. Because all the titles got switched over from CreateSpace to KDP, you have to reapprove them essentially. And now that I'm redoing my covers, when I uploaded my Reaper cover, the second book, it was approved, but then I got an email the next day saying, we went through the manuscript, the interior of your book, and we noticed that some of the numbering was non-sequential. I knew immediately what they were talking about, because what I do at the end of my first and second book is that I put a sneak peek. So the first chapter of the next book I put at the end of the book. So I emailed them back and I said, oh, I know what you're saying. By the way, CreateSpace had no problem with this. Never a question. Upload it. Good, great. No problem. So I emailed them back saying, hey, not a big deal. It's a sneak peek. It was there on purpose. It can be approved, like not a big deal. So I get an email back today saying, oh, we totally get it. We get that it's a sneak peek, but we can't have any numbers that are non-sequential. So basically I either have to take it out, or I have to, which is what I did, I had to put, instead of numbering them by numbers, I had to number them by letters, and then I just hid the numbers. So you won't see any page numbers at the end for that chapter, which isn't a big deal because it's only like a 9-page chapter. It's not really, who cares if you see the numbers. But the fact that I had to do that, I mean, come on, like, your computer won't approve it. Like, so adjust, like, okay. So that's what I've been doing since after I showered and got back, and you could bet your butt I'm counting it as minutes, because it took like an hour of my time, which is great. Now I have 60 minutes to add to my count for the day. And the thing is that just, if you guys watched my day 1, I'm basically using Camp NaNoWriMo as all things writing month. So I'm doing a crazy amount of minutes, like 6,000 minutes, which is, I think, 100 hours for the whole month. And so I'm counting everything writing related to my minutes. So that's why when I'm doing my covers or the reboots or the editing or whatever, it's all gonna count towards my minutes. So anyway, oh, and the other gripe I had about KDP, Again, with their ebooks, they're perfect. They're great. I love them. Didn't have a problem with the non-sequential lettering in the ebook version. Not a problem whatsoever. But for some reason with print is where they've got problems. And they also have this problem, which is really annoying. See, I'm just going on that. They will randomly, not always, so it is completely random. It doesn't happen every time. Like it didn't happen with the Riser cover, it didn't happen with the Alexis Tabendorf cover, but for some reason with the Reaper cover, they enlarged the PDF by like 2 or 3%. Makes all your margins off. That is frustrating. So I emailed them. The one thing that's nice about KDP is they do get back to you, and they fixed it, so that's great. But why? Why do you have a system that randomly enlarges PDFs? That's really bad. That's very unprofessional. So anyway, that's my gripe. Seriously, I mean, I've only put the hardback copy of Dream Diaries up on Ingram Spark, but dang, they are pros. I didn't have one single problem. Everything looks fantastic. I'm seriously debating moving all my paperbacks to Ingram Spark. I feel like they're better, at least professionally wise. I feel like KDP kind of got in over their heads. CreateSpace was golden. KDP not so much. Anyway, that's my gripe. If any of you published with KDP, were with CreateSpace and had to move over to KDP, I'm very curious to see if you've had any issues or if everything's just been smooth sailing. I mean, technically it was smooth sailing for my other 2 books that I upgraded the covers with. So if I hadn't had this experience with Reaper, I wouldn't have had any complaints. So it may actually be random, but anyway, let me know. I'm curious to see if anyone's had similar experiences, or are you more like my first 2 experiences, everything's been dandy and great. Just be careful, because it might not always be dandy and great. I have to do some errands. Stefan is here for the day, which is nice. He doesn't have to go until 7, which, poor guy, that means he's gonna be working in the night. But we do have the day, which makes it very tempting to binge watch Stranger Things season 3. It's gonna be really hard to resist. Oh. But for all you my American friends out there, happy 4th of July! And I haven't forgot about my mission of cheesy bread. I just got distracted by KDP. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna try round 2. I'm not gonna do the blue cheese yet because I just want to see if I can make it work with the Parmesan. Okay, wish me luck. I feel like this is gonna be a little too watery, but maybe I'm wrong. They're in the oven baking now. As my husband was leaving, he was joking with me that like by the end of Camp Nano, I'll be like, it's day 27. Experiment, cheesy bread experiment number 556 was another failure. I'll have my journal. So bad I am. Okay, but I'm hoping second time's a charm. They're pretty watery. I don't know if they're supposed to be watery, but we'll see. We'll see in 20 minutes. The butts are beeped. I'm scared. Ooh, oh, lots of fun. My glasses. All right, they look golden brown. Should I cook them some more? I've already made a huge mistake. Cheese sticks to paper. Yeah. Okay, well, I can peel it off. my ingenious plan of not having to grease the tin. Well, you didn't lose much on the bottom, so that's good. All right, but here's the test. I'm gonna try it. It's good! It's gonna lose its bottom every time I eat it, but okay. I'm very happy. This is really freaking good. Okay, before this turns into a mukbang or however you pronounce that. Yum, success, no paper in the tins. So 75% success. I'll definitely be making more of these though. I'll be so sick of cheesy bread by the end of camp. Pretty productive day. I didn't do a lot of time lapses because I just really wanted to kind of dig in. A lot of the day was errands and hanging out with Stefan because he was here all day, and then making cheesy bread, of course, which was kind of a success. It tasted really good, so to me that's a success. But I will get better, I swear. Yeah, so 5 hours. That's the cumulative time. It's funny because you can have like a day that feels like that actually lasts 8 to 9 to 10 hours, but when you actually are timing the work, like the actual work, it's 5 hours. It seems so unfair. In my brain, I'm like, oh yeah, I work 10 hours every day. But you don't think about the times when you go out or when you do this or whatever. You just think of the whole day as a whole, and then most of it is, of course, working. But how much of that is isolated working? Apparently, for me today, it was 5 hours, which I'm very happy about. But because I'm going to Comic-Con, that is going to be, and I'm thinking, oh, the surrounding days around it are probably not going to be as productive. Definitely not, because, you know, I'm flying into LA like the Sunday before. Comic-Con starts on a Wednesday, you know, so I'll be spending time with my mom, and then I'll be, you know, I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but you know, it is Comic-Con. I do not have a sewing machine. I have a couple ideas of dresses and things that I want to make for Comic-Con to wear. So I'm gonna have to make those in the 2 days before I leave for Comic-Con in LA, so I can get a hold of my machine. So I'm gonna be sewing. So I really want to get all the writing stuff done that I can for camp, as much as I possibly can before I leave, which is next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. The positive thing is some people in our cabin are doing 12-hour write-a-thons this Saturday and next Saturday, and I will be participating in both. Now, the way I do 12-hour write-a-thons is, or at least like I do them all the time. I don't do them all the time, but the ones that have worked the best for me is when I do 40 minutes of writing, 20 minutes of break, 40 minutes of writing, 20 minutes, all 12 hours. And it seems to work, and I don't get like a hangover the next day. Now that equates to, I think I did the math, I think it was like 8 hours, which again is crazy, right? Because an 8 hour work day is really 12 hours with breaks. But if I do both those days, that means I can get 16 hours in before I leave for Comic-Con, which would be great. I think that'll pull me ahead, especially with all the work I'm still gonna be doing during the day. I know this sounds insane, but I really wanna get all this stuff done, and oh my God, just accomplishing the covers alone has been amazing. Like, now I'm done with the riser covers. That makes me so happy, and if I can be done with the Atlas covers, and then be done with my proof, and then be done with maybe the chapter with Marnie's book, and then be done with my pass of the 3rd book in my series with Faith. I really feel it's possible, but it is day 4, so everything feels possible. Cut to day I don't even know. All right, but I am saying goodbye and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.